Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota GR86 Premium manual in the color white. Let's take a look. Starting up front, underneath the hood, you have the 2.4-liter flat 4 boxer style engine. It is a 6-speed manual transmission, gets up to 228 horsepower and 184 pound-foot of torque. Up front, you've got your LED headlights, customary daytime running lights, and that little GR badge on your front grille. Onto the side, you've got the black 18-inch alloy wheels. Then side mirrors include blind spot monitoring. And on both of your front handles, you'll find these two double lines. We'll talk about these guys more on your driver's side. Moving back along the unit here, on the back you've got the dual exhaust. On the right hand side you also have the GR86 badge, and directly on top of the logo is the backup camera. To open up your storage space back here, press this little button between the camera and the logo. You'll see it pop open a bit, then just lift it up the rest of the way. So inside here, of course, you have your storage space. If you look forward, you will find that there is no divide across the rear seats. It is one solid bench seat, but there is a little strap on the right-hand side you can see here. So if you want to lay that seat down flat, you can do so by releasing that little trigger pull handle. If you're looking for your tire inflation kit, look down at the ground, find this little tab, lift it up. Everything you need will be stored right underneath here. To close it up, just reach up and bring the trunk back down into its starting position. Next, let's go take a look at the inside. First off, though, we have these two double lines here still. These guys indicate keyless entry, so if you have the key fob on your person, you can tap your hand in here or on here to lock and unlock the unit. First off, we have the illuminated entrance. You can see this is for both the driver as well as for the passenger's doors. Of course, we have the dual tone here, or rather the combo of both the suede as well as the leather. This is the same thing for the upholstery on your seats here. You have some light gray stitching to give yourself a little bit of contrast on the seats themselves. In the door, you have two different storage spaces, power windows here for both sides. You also have your window lock, power lock system, and the side mirror controls. Manually adjustable seats here, controls are on the sides, as well as the bar underneath your knees to move it back and forth. To gain entrance into your rear space here, you can just release this little handle up top. It is the same situation for both driver and passenger side, but the only difference is when you release this on the driver's side, you notice that your seat stays where it is. If you want to move the seat up, you have to release this little bar underneath up front, whereas on the passenger side, when you release this handle, you'll be able to smoothly move over the seat in one fluid motion. Either way, looking back here, you do have some accommodative room if you want to have some occupants back here, or of course if you want to use it just for some storage space. Then you have your seats like this. This little handle also gives access for anybody who is back here to be able to get themselves out pretty easily. You also have this little handle up top, which you can further use to move your seats back and forth, because it does have the little clip that comes undone. Lots of owners like to also feed your seatbelt here through this so that you're not having to reach back all the way to grab it. It is just always super accessible. You can also notice on this unit you've got some of this colored lighting. Previous owner of this unit, of course, put in these aftermarket lights. Now, looking forward, you can see that we have the GR86 branded carpeted mats installed inside the unit. We also, of course, have the aluminum pedals. You have your hood release latch on the bottom left-hand corner over yonder. Then you have your trunk release as well as dash brightness. Hopping in, taking a closer look at the steering wheel. It is black leather with light gray stitching, much like your seats. You've got your GR badge all the way down at the bottom. Controls on the steering wheel. Left-hand side, you have controls for radio, hands-free communication, as well as your volume control. Right-hand side, up top is the controls for your dash display. Then you have adaptive cruise control and more hands-free communication there as well. In the middle, you've got your four-ways. Then you have your infotainment display screen. This is where you can go to find most of the information about your daily driving experience, as well as further customizations. Everything on here, or almost everything, can be accessed through the little side panel buttons. Things that can be accessed through here include your settings. So this is where you have all your adjustments. You've got a couple different categories. You have general, so this is things like personal profile. You have Wi-Fi, camera settings. You have birthday and anniversary lists, software updates, system information. Sound, of course, this is for your audio. You have notifications, beep sounds, call volume, ringtones, voice volume, etc. Then you have phone connectivity, so this is for connecting your personal device via Bluetooth. You can change your device name. You have access to your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto settings through here too. Moving over, you have two more for your radio. That's where you have access to adjustments for AM, FM, and your satellite radio. Then you have your car settings. This is where you have things like units, warning, you have lane changing, interior lighting, defogging, eyesight, etc. Back to home screen. In your maintenance is where you have adjustments to the vehicle as well as any notifications, and you can keep an eye on some of the stats going on actively. Then you have your apps, so this is things you can download after or that come installed, so obviously Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you also have TravelLink and roadside assistance. Then for your phone connectivity, this can be accessed through the side. So in your phone, of course, this is for connecting your personal device via Bluetooth. This is where you would do things like hands-free communications. Phone book, you also have the ability to access messages through here as well. For media, of course, this is things for audio listening besides the AM, FM, or satellite. So you have USB, Bluetooth, iPod, and iPhone settings, and your aux cord options. Then you have your radio settings. This can be accessed through the right-hand side, so this is specifically for AM, FM, and satellite radio. And then lastly, you have your roadside assistance all the way down in the bottom left corner. You have your tune scroll on the bottom right, or your top right, your volume on your top left. Then you have further radio adjustments on the right-hand side. Underneath this, you have your push start GR ignition button. Then you have your climate control center in the middle here. Dual climate control means you can either have your temperatures synced up or you can turn it off so that each side can function independently. Defrost for your front windshield, rear windshield, and side mirrors. We also have the key sitting up front here, so you can see that you have your lock and trunk release as well as your alarm button. For your unlock, you simply have the Toyota logo itself. And then, of course, there you have your 6-speed manual transmission gear shift. Then you have your track and traction control. We also have high-low settings for your 2 front heated seats and the parking brake itself. All the way in the back is where you essentially have your console space. You press the button to have it fold openwards. You have your cup holder spaces inside and chargers on the front end of it. On the right-hand side, down below here is where you've got your glove box, and up overhead you have your SOS button and the overhead lighting controls. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota GR86 Premium manual transmission in the color white. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Autumn Mall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.